Harvest time. In the time of the rice harvest, everyone was busy cutting, gathering, and winnowing the grain. The boys at the mission were excused from classes so that they might help in the fields. For many nights the village boys had camped by the rice fields in order to protect the precious grain from the marauders. They put up crude shelters and tents to sleep in and built campfires to keep the monkeys from destroying the grain. The boys enjoyed telling ghost stories as they took turns sleeping and watching. It always made the doctor feel sad at harvest time, for many of the boys who went to the mission school were disturbed by these ghost stories, and their minds were filled with doubt. Sometimes it took weeks of prayer and counsel to bring them back to normal thinking, free from the ancient superstitions. Sometimes one or two of the boys would leave the mission school, no longer having a desire to learn about the Bible or to serve the God in heaven. Since it was rice harvest, Kasumo and Kamari were making plans to go home. "I will take White Nose and my fishes," said Kamari, "but I wish Long Ears had not run away. I would like to take him with me, too. I will not forget my sweet-smelling soap, what is left of it. It was a birthday gift from Lotus. I saved some of it so that Mother can bathe Adu with it. And here is my magic stick and writing pad that the doctor gave me to help me in my work. I will miss Lotus and Sundarama and Mela and Netta," said Kasumo. "I will miss Tanny, too, and all the people who have been so good to us. I will miss our mission lady most of all. I wish that we could come back again." "Perhaps we can," said Kamari hopefully. "There are so many things I want to learn. Some day I want to be a teacher like Tanny." "I think I will miss the night meetings most of all," said Kasumo. "So will I," said Kamari. "I will miss the doctor, too. I like the stories that he tells and the pictures that he shows us at night." It was a sad parting when Father came to take his daughters home. Kasumo and Kamari said goodbye to the mission lady and all their friends. "I hope you can come back again," said the mission lady as she embraced the girls. "We will miss you. Remember, each one of us must be missionaries, shining lights wherever we go. You can help your mother in many ways. She will be proud of you and be happy that you came to the mission. You can also help your brother Adu as he grows bigger. You can teach him many wonderful things. Goodbye, little flower and princess." Kasumo and Kamari were glad to be home again. They visited all the familiar places, the stump where they had watched the sunset, the log beside the door where they had hidden while the neighbors danced about the fire to celebrate the birth of Adu, the enclosure where the cow was kept during the night, and the pond where Mother washed her clothes, and the bund in the rice field where Father was finishing rice harvest. There were so many things to talk about and many experiences to relate as they sat around the fire and watched the moon rise. Little Adu was well and strong. He sat up and played. He could laugh and be happy. Kasumo and Kamari loved their little brother. Soon he would be big enough to play with them. Some day he would be big and strong like Father. Mother was happy to have her two girls home again. She smiled down at them proudly. "My little flower and my princess," she said lovingly. How happy she was that she knew about the God in heaven. She was no longer afraid during the dark nights, for she knew that angels were sent to watch over their home and protect them from harm. Father was also happy to have his girls home again. They were so happy and cheerful. He loved to hear them sing the songs they had learned at the mission. Father was happy, too, because of the rice harvest. There was plenty for his own use and some to sell. He paid the mission doctor for the cow and a little extra for medicines. He offered to pay for the girls at school, but the kind doctor said, "Our bargain did not include any school fees. We will call it all paid." "But," said Father, "I want them to go to school again. This time I will pay. I have money now, for the God in heaven gave me a good harvest. I will sell milk now, and I won't put any water in it." "I am glad," said the doctor. "We will be happy to have the girls come back to school again. Whenever you are ready to bring them, they will be welcome." Father said, "I will bring them back in 2 weeks." "That will be fine." Kasumo and Kamari spent many happy days at the mission school. They learned many lessons and formed lasting friendships. Kasumo and her 2 friends, Lotus and Sundarama, decided to become nurses and follow the good work of Mela and Netta. Kamari wanted to be a teacher like Tanny, and because they were both worthy professions, the kind lady did all she could to encourage them. The years have passed and the girls are young ladies now. If you and I should visit the mission today, we would see many changes. The monkeys still chatter in the tall trees. The snakes crawl over the lawn and hide in the bushes. Wild animals roam the jungle beyond the clearing. But within the limits of the mission compound are several new buildings. There is a new wing on the girls' dormitory. We see many new faces peering at us from open doorways. We go on to the new school building, and there we find Kamari standing beside a young pupil who is trying to form strange characters on a writing pad with a magic stick. "Thank you, Kamari, for showing me how to write. You are a good teacher." "You are doing well," Kamari says encouragingly. Perhaps her smile helped the child even more than her words did. We visit the hospital, where the doctor is still in charge with his faithful companion and native workers. There are Tim and Orlo ready to help, and now Onette and Adu are helpers too. Adu has grown big and strong like his father. We go on down the hall to the new hospital wing, where we find nurses going here and there among the many beds. We recognize some of the faces above the white uniforms. There are Lotus, Sundarama, and Kasumo. Mela and Netta, too, are faithful to their duties, reflecting the kindness of their beloved mission lady. When the Lord of Harvest comes to gather his sheaves, I am sure there will be many who have been won to the kingdom by the influence of Kasumo and Kamari, the little flower, and the princess. I hope you enjoyed the story of Little Flower and the Princess.